Friends, have you been craving peace, calm, and just a lack of chaos in your lives? What if your closet actually holds the answers you've been looking for? Hi gals, welcome back to another episode of Zero Waste Closet. So this week's video is all about creating a calming closet, really as just a portal to the rest of your life, becoming a lot more calm and chaos free. We're gonna do this using something called Project 333, created by somebody named Courtney Carver. And I have done Project 333 videos in the past, but this time it's a little bit different. So gals, here's what happened. I took my family to Las Vegas for my son's basketball tournament, and on the 5-hour drive back, I decided to listen to the Audible version of Courtney Carver's book, Project 333. Well, she started this movement years ago, and basically it was the result of her getting an MS diagnosis in her life and just having to do some introspection and really looking at her life to see where she could eliminate sources of stress. And she decided to start with her closet. So what does this have to do with me? Well, I'll just share something a little bit personal. While we were in Las Vegas, I actually had quite a bit of downtime, time to just do some deep thinking. And something that I realized, I'm really revealing a lot to you guys here, is that, I sold my clothing business back at the beginning of this year, and I did it with the intention of creating more space and freedom in my life so that I could spend more time being a present mom to my kids, wife to my husband, and just really more present for myself, in addition to launching my real estate career that would give me more time freedom. Well, that has definitely all happened, but what I have found is that I have let so much flood into my life with that extra space without being really intentional about it. So I have decided to start rolling back again, rolling back the things that are really causing any kind of unnecessary burden. And that is where Courtney's Project 333 really hit home with me this time. I thought to myself, if I could whittle my closet down to so few choices, but things that really work for me, getting dressed in the morning would be easy, it would be straightforward, it would still be inspiring because my limited choices will force me to be more creative. And I won't have to worry whether something looks good on me or not, because I've narrowed it down to the things I know I look good in, I know that I feel good in. So let's do a quick rundown of the rules in case you are intrigued and want to follow along and maybe try it for yourselves. So the whole idea is 33 pieces for 3 months at a time, right? So the year is broken down into quarters, and each quarter you're gonna have 33 pieces that you are working with. Now, in the interest of minimalism and sustainability, Courtney isn't talking about 33 new pieces each season. She's not telling you to go out and shop all the newest collections and replace everything. No, she's actually telling you, like any good capsule wardrobe, to hone in on the pieces that are timeless, but then adjust seasonally, and maybe you do get something new and replace something else, or something wears out and you find a replacement. But you are basically going to curate a collection that works really well for you, that's perfectly customized to you each season. What is included in the 33? Well, I think this is sometimes where people go, what? That is gonna be like impossible. She not only includes clothing pieces, but she includes your jewelry pieces, minus, let's say, like your wedding ring. And she doesn't include a necklace if it's, let's say, a necklace you never take off, or like my little studs here that I never take out. Those are not included. But your jewelry pieces that are decorative, that you change day to day, she includes your handbags, and she includes your shoes. Something else Courtney says is, look, you've got to customize this to you. So one person's capsule wardrobe isn't necessarily going to be yours. And if you find that 33 is too little, or maybe for some of you too much, then again, adjust as necessary. But she does say if you can try her exact numbers, you might discover a whole lot about yourself and about what really matters to you in life. And you might even find your personal style. So before you dive in and start coming up with your 33 pieces, I want to offer you guys some tips because I've been trying this experiment over and over again over the years, and sometimes it's worked for me, sometimes it hasn't, and I'm going to tell you what I think really seems to work best. And some of these may seem obvious, but they're often overlooked. Number one, make sure that your pieces mix and match very well together, that most of the pieces that you're including really have good mix and match potential and aren't just one-hit wonders that you can only wear one way with one other thing. And as part of this, I think having a cohesive color story is also really important. So for me, as you're gonna see, I am saving all of my black items for the winter cooler months, and you're not really gonna see much of that at all, I think, except for one piece in my warm weather wardrobe. I would also really suggest making sure you get some variety in there. So variety for practical reasons and also just for fun reasons. But on the practical front, I don't care where you live, there's going to be weather variability. So having some sleeveless pieces, as well as on the other side of the coin, having some really good layering pieces, maybe like some denim jackets for summer, is important. Maybe you're gonna be eating inside restaurants or going to a movie where it's over air conditioned. On the variability front, another thing to really consider is your actual lifestyle. And many of us wear many hats. So in my case, for instance, I am a mom a good portion of the time, which for me means going to tons of sports practices and games, and also being at home, being in my kitchen, cooking. But I am also a realtor, and I'm a busy realtor. So I need to have more elevated clothes as well that I can wear to the office or maybe out on showings or to closings. And a final tip I'm going to suggest that may seem beyond obvious, but again, often overlooked, is make sure that the clothes that you pick really work for you. Make sure these are the things that you know you look great in, that are really basically like the hell yeses in your wardrobe, okay? Nothing that you're on the fence about, and make sure that they are comfortable, because I can tell you, I don't know any woman who immediately gravitates towards something that doesn't feel good on her body. So make sure everything is something that you know you can't wait to live in. All right, gals, so I'm gonna just quickly dive in and just do a real quick review of the 33 pieces I chose, and let this be inspiration to you. And again, I want you to really pick up on the fact that this is all mix and match, cohesive color story here, and again, covers the range of my own lifestyle roles. And so you'll see that things can be combined in different ways, maybe by the shoes that I style them with, or the bottom that I pair the tops with to maybe dress them down or dress them up. And after that, I'm just going to show you a good handful of outfit combos so that it reinforces to you that this 33 pieces is not as limiting as you may think. All right, so let's start with the tops. I'm going to start with 3 basic t-shirts. So we've got a navy blue shirt, and just with an emphasis on the versatility, this has little shoulder pads in it, and that allows me to really dress this up for work if I want to. Then a nice, easy striped t-shirt, and then a good basic white tee. Okay, next we're gonna do a few blouses. And we've got first the tencel blouse that I have on right here from Velvet Heart. You guys probably are familiar with this one, I love it. Then a little leopard print top here that I scored secondhand. And then another leopard print, because to me, leopard is the only pattern besides stripes that I consider almost to be a neutral and timeless. And I love this silky one here from Tees by Tina because it can easily dress up or down. All right, and then finally, on the shirt front, because this is going to be for the months of July, which we're actually almost at the end of, but July, August, and September. So I'm almost getting a little more than 2 months out of this. Wish I'd started it sooner. I'm only gonna have one long sleeve shirt in. This makes a great layering piece, you guys, and this is just a really nice soft linen shirt that I can tie at the waist, or I can wear open like a shirt jacket. And I picked 2 denim jackets, and really I get so much use out of my denim jackets, you guys. I wanted one light and one dark. The light one is just one of my very favorites, and then the dark one I like because it's a little more elevated. It has the gold hardware in it or on it, and this is nice when I want to just complement looks for the office. And then finally, I've got one blazer, and I brought in this white blazer with the ruched 3/4 sleeve. Now, something I want to note here, and this is something I went through that many of you might experience as you're curating your capsule. I have a lot in my closet. Gosh, you guys, I probably have like 8 or 9 blazers in there right now. And so when you're going through and curating, it's easy to go through that emotional, oh, but I love all of this other stuff. This is a travesty to only pick one. Well, have no fear. You're not getting rid of that stuff. Courtney suggests, as I have done many times in the past, boxing it up and putting it away somewhere else. Just get it out of sight, but it's not going bye-bye altogether. You're going to be able to choose from those other pieces in future seasons. And that in itself is going to be shopping your own closet, so you're not out shopping somewhere else. Okay, gals, so next is pants. And we're gonna start with one pair of trousers. I find myself, frankly, when it comes to the office, wearing dresses and jumpsuits more throughout the week, and then maybe towards the end of the week, bringing in some pants or even jeans on a casual Friday. So my one pair of trousers is gonna be this cargo pant here from Velvet Heart. I really like this. It's kind of a nice alternative to a white jean. And then I do have 4 denim options because when it comes to kids sports, this is my go-to, especially on the weekends. So I've got the jeans I've got on right now, and this is about as casual as it gets, my ripped jeans I really like for summer. And then I've got these great lissé pull-on jeans and a flare leg. These have some stretch, they're really comfortable. Also though, they have a little bit more polish when it comes to an office related look. I can get away with wearing these in my real estate career if paired with the right top. Then I've got my ribcage Levi's, which I think these are gonna be part of every season's capsule. I'll probably wear these more in September than I'm wearing them now, but remember, this wardrobe has to get me through the end of September. And then finally, my white jeans that you guys have probably seen before from Madewell. They have a little bit of a fringe bottom, and I love these, perfect for casual Friday at the office. And then last but not least, on the clothing front, we're gonna go to my one pieces. And I will tell you guys, like I said, I wear these a lot for my work life, but by simply changing my shoe choices, I can easily adapt these to the weekends or more casual opportunities. So first, just a nice, easy linen dress from Johnny Was. And as we scoot into fall in August, September, well, not really August here, it's so hot, but September, all I have to do is top this with a denim jacket. Then a very casual look, but I love it. This little romper dress, overalls dress, is great in the denim, perfect for kids' sports. I just scored this secondhand, and I hope to try to make this part of my capsule wardrobe for all seasons. And it is just a perfect black linen sundress. And again, if I need to layer this, I could put the white shirt over top and tie it at the waist, either this one or the one with the long sleeves, or I could put a denim jacket on top of this. Then I told you guys in my last video, I went to the Nordstrom anniversary sale with some intention. Oh, I did some great shopping, and this was one of my great finds. It was a Veronica Beard dress on sale. I love it. It's cotton, 2 different fabrics ribbed on top, and this kind of poplin material on the bottom. And I love this dress because I can seriously dress it up for work or totally throw on sneakers with it for a different look. And then cute little Tommy Bahama dress here in the hot pink, definitely more part of a summer color palette, but I like this because as you can see, this wardrobe is based mainly on white, navy, and denim, so popping in some color is definitely refreshing. And then the last couple of pieces, I have this ribbed dress here. I got this at Target and I love this. This is like anything from a swimsuit cover-up to a weekend dress with something just tied around the waist to just a great even work dress with the right shoes. And last but not least, I think you guys have seen this before. This is my jumpsuit from Anthropologie. Definitely a more elevated piece, but I can actually throw this on with flat sandals for the weekends. But if I want to pop it on with my white blazer or a denim jacket, it's perfect for the workplace. So gals, all around, that is 22 total pieces of clothing. And you can see there's plenty of variety in there. Now let's talk about shoes. I picked out 6 that would go beautifully with this collection. So we're gonna start with the ones on my feet. I have got my little mesh Mary Janes on here from Sam Edelman that I absolutely love. Then I've got for another elevated shoe. So these are great because if I want to elevate, I can, but they're also super comfortable. For another elevated shoe, this Franco Sarto patent leather red wedge. Oh, girls, I love these. And as you can see, the price tag is still in there because I got those secondhand for just a little over $15. They're really comfortable, look great with my dresses or even with my jeans. Then another score from my Nordstrom anniversary sale outing, my Steve Madden mules. I love these. And as you're putting together these Project 333 capsules, really think about if you're going to need some transitional shoes, and I thought these would be perfect going into fall. Then I've got another elevated yet very comfortable shoe here from OTBT. These are so nice in the raffia. Then I've got some Naotes that I have been living in this taupe suede. These are fantastic. Obviously, just a very comfortable casual shoe, but can be combined easily with my dresses. And then I picked one pair of fashion sneakers here that I really like. They're fashiony, but they're also very comfortable and practical and very novelty and add that great pop of color. Okay, gals, now let's talk about jewelry. And many of you who are jewelry fanatics or just have tons like I do may be going, you're kidding me. This has to be part of my 33. Well, yep, according to Courtney's rules. And I'll tell you, when I think about it, this is pretty much all I've been wearing. So be really honest with yourself, or maybe just, again, limit your choices and know you can go back to the others during another season. So I went with a pair of gold hoops that I really like. Very similar pair of silver hoops, so I have the versatility there. Then a more elevated silver hoop here from Brighton, and I've been wearing these a ton. And then finally, just a nice little stud from Brighton as well in the cubic zirconia. And finally, gals, yes, true story, I really did whittle it down to one bag. I am not including my computer bag that I just use to take my laptop in and out of work, but this is my daily bag and it goes with everything in my wardrobe, even my black dress, because black and white are so chic together. And this is really nice. It's more of an oyster color here from Brighton. So I suggest finding yourself a highly versatile bag and learning that you don't need 20 or 30 handbags to get through a season. All right, gals, so just for fun, let's look at some of the awesome outfit combos I came up with. Friends, thanks so much for joining me today. I really invite you to take this Project 333 challenge. It never gets old and it's not always right the first time, but give it a try. You're gonna learn a lot about yourself, and I guarantee if you can get over the little hump of fear of not having enough, you're going to find so much freedom, peace, and ease in your lives. If you guys like this week's video, please make sure to give it the thumbs up. That really helps this channel. And of course, please make sure that you are subscribed here to Zero Waste Closet. That way you guys get notifications whenever I come out with new videos. And finally, many of you know that I'm a realtor here in Fountain Hills, Arizona at MCO Realty. And I have a website called levelupwithless.com where I explain the services that I offer. Everything from closet declutters to minimalist suitcase capsules to helping you buy or sell a home, or even find the perfect rental, or perhaps put your home on the market as a rental property. Just a little great way to make some money on the side. So I would love to hear from you if you need help, and I hope you guys have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.